You hit that well, Mark.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
Is that my eye?
I think that's your eye, yeah.
Well, I've been sent these to try. I don't know if you want to...
What have you got there, James?
I mean, they're not... They might be my new irons, they might not be, I don't know yet. So. Do you want to try
They look good. They look great, yeah. Yeah, I'll try this.
Let's do it.
I think I've that one back. Let's do it now.
Oh, I missed it. Oh, Mark Spriggs. Hi everyone, James Robinson here. Guys, first things first, I'd like to warmly welcome Mark back. Mark, how are we?
Hello everybody, I'm good, thanks. I'm good, I'm very well, thank you.
It's fantastic to see you, Mark, and what a beautiful day. It's actually too nice to be in here today, but
It's fantastic out there today.
We're in here anyway. You've been on the first tee all day, haven't you? Getting people away.
Wow.
So if anyone's watching who's been on the first tee.
Yeah, we've been starting today.
So I mean, I was going to ask you what these are, but I know what they are. They're the new Mizuno JPX921. How good do they look?
They look fantastic, don't they?
So these are in my specs, Mark. So they're AMTX100 shafts, which might sound stiff, but it's not really. It's just like a stiff. It's a little bit lighter than an extra stiff.
Okay, yeah.
You're going to have a go with them.
I'd go with them, yeah. I mean, obviously, if they're in your spec, they're about an inch too short for me.
Easy all week with your pink shirt on. So, you obviously saw my immense ball striking from the video I've just filmed.
Yes.
And actually, you've come in and hit a couple, and I mean, I don't want to ruin it for anyone, but we're not telling what club that is. I mean, the video is basically going to be a kind of mid-handicapper used JPX921 Tour irons.
Yeah, yes, these are the Tour.
These are the Tour irons, and I mean, I think we just need to get into hitting them, don't we? How do you think they look?
Well, they look great. They look really nice, really slim.
They look better if you stop clutching them around, Mark. But
Yeah, well, when you pick up loads of them, I mean, the 4-iron looks very nice.
The 4-iron, you're going to have to hit the 4-iron, aren't you, if I can find it there.
Very nice.
It looks actually more inviting than the MB, which I'm using at the moment, which was my process behind the video I've just filmed.
Right.
Which irons do you want to hit? We'll stick them in the computer and we'll have a go.
Well, these irons, of course.
So pitching wedge 7-iron, 4-iron?
Yeah, let's do those three. Let's do those three and
let's do it now! So we're starting off with the 4-iron, yeah? No? You starting off with the 4-iron?
Well, yeah. That doesn't bother me.
I mean, I was joking.
You know that doesn't bother me.
I thought you might go wedge 7-4 like most normal people would do. But
no, I'm going to go the other way.
It's fine.
I'm backwards in a lot of circumstances.
So, put your knees down at the ball, Mark, because I'm trying to make this kind of educational as possible for people, as well as a little bit of light-hearted entertainment.
Light-hearted entertainment.
Should I say?
Okay.
Looking down it, obviously, you're still using the i210s, are you?
The i210s, yeah.
And it's actually quite a similar yet slimmed down version, I think, of the i210.
Yes, the head size is about the same, I would say, without having them head-to-head to compare.
Yeah.
But certainly that top line is slimmer on this one than it is on the 210s.
But the blade length is similar, which is something which can put a lot of people off.
Yeah, but it looks very nice. As you say, it's got the AMT shaft in it. So
I've heard ballers get fitted into that shaft.
That's it feels quite stiff to me.
Love how you've ignored what I've just said.
Yeah, I've ignored what you said. Yeah. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, let's go with it. Right, 4-iron. Are we on 4-iron? Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are. Well, I am.
Have you hit this yet? I know you've had a little loose now while I was.
I have hit it. Yeah.
Can I just say how well Mark's swinging at the moment? It's really come on leaps and bounds since lockdown, Mark, I've got to say.
Yeah, it has, hasn't it?
Has the handicap moved again, or?
Not since we last filmed, no.
Which could be a positive, because you are playing comps, aren't you? So it's not gone up.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Definitely, yes. I'm playing well, but I could be playing better.
Yeah.
You know, still a couple of holes here and there that just not quite.
All you need is a Mizuno JPX921 4-iron in your life, I think, possibly. Mark, just to really mess things up.
Oh, that was a rubbish shot.
Ah, that was one of mine, I think, Mark. That.
A little heavy.
Tiny bit heavy.
But
so when you try irons, Mark, what is it particularly that you do look for? Because I happen to know that you are a fan of, obviously, the Ping i210s,
yeah.
but I don't really know why. Because these are a similar finish as well, aren't they? They're like that kind of brushed finish.
Yeah. So just the look of the head. So hence that sort of brushed chrome kind of brushed steel sort of finish.
Could you see yourself going to something that isn't that kind of finish? Maybe the MB that's been in my bag for so long, the chrome. Yeah, no.
Maybe. I mean, it would have to be. I'd have to be able to get a much better feel from the club.
All right. Yeah.
To override it. I mean, it just looks comfortable for me, and just the overall weight of the club is a key.
Weight's always a massive thing for you, isn't it?
Yeah, I just don't like the sort of, feels like a big heavy weight that I'm just swinging around my body.
Yeah.
I really don't.
So the AMT should suit you, the shaft, and that's a totally different thing than the club. But
this feels nice, and it comes back to the ball, and I'm striking it, and I can feel the strike of the ball.
a little bit heavy again. Straight though. So when you've been playing, Mark, what's your bad shot been?
The bad shot has been just swinging too quickly.
Has that resulted in a bad strike?
Bad strike, yeah. So you know, in essence, I'm through the ball just ahead of the club.
Yeah. Oh, that was a strike, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that's when you get it.
Got that one a bit better, and the whole swing worked.
Yeah.
That one, I felt the body movement come back right, and the strength on the left-hand side was much better on that.
Well, I know you're enjoying this 4-iron, Mark, but how many more do you want to hit until we move on to maybe a... Are we going to go down the pack? Are we going to go total reverse and go 7-iron next?
No, let's go pitch and wedge next.
Oh, so there's no order at all there. There's no logic whatsoever. I like that. Stop it.
No, not good. The earlier strikes I was getting.
But that sounded good, so that says to me that the forgiveness element maybe in this club isn't quite what you would require or want, maybe. I mean, don't get me wrong, I hit some bad ones in my video, and I mean, they were nowhere near as good as that, to be fair, so you are swinging it pretty well.
I'm not sure. I wouldn't say it was the forgiveness of the club. It's just my swing.
Just the pilot.
It's just my swing that's the issue. So when I first hit this, 2 or 3, it was 195 to 205.
Wow, I'm glad. You know, I'm glad we didn't get that on camera because they're my numbers. So
it coming back to around that 180 length is a little disappointing.
Yeah.
And it's purely my swing.
I mean, the 7-iron. I think the 7-iron was going around 163, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So you might kind of almost catch that up a little bit. But I'm going to put the pitching wedge in your hands, Mark, and let you. How good do they look, though, as well? Oh.
Yeah, it looks very nice, doesn't it?
Thank you very much.
Very nice.
See, it was a little bit of a shock to me looking down at them because they do just look, compared to what I've been using, bigger.
Well, that's what I was about to say with this. In comparison to the 4-iron, it does look
bigger,
more chunky.
Yeah.
As on the head.
I mean, this is the kind of club that people like Brooks Koepka's going to be using this year. Well, if he goes into it, he used 919 for a long time, but he used the JPX before that, so I'd imagine he'll probably make the move. A little bit heavy again.
Oh. Oops.
Sounded nice. And it's interesting for me watching this, you know, because I can see almost the frustration that it was there in the warm-up, and I know it was because I saw it.
Yeah.
But also I can sense that for a lot of mid-handicappers that'll be watching this, that's the frustrations of golf, isn't it? That
it is.
It's just, and I don't mean this to sound disrespectful, but it's just that consistency level of, if you hit it like you did in your warm-up every time, these would be in the bag, no questions asked.
Absolutely. Yep. Yep.
But then you're aware as well that the bad shots you've hit, some of them, is nothing to do with the club. I mean, you go and play that shot anywhere with that club, pitching wedge 127, spinning at 8.5. You're happy, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're happy all day long.
That's much better.
Let's have one more pitching wedge, Mark, then we'll go 7 iron. Regards to the feel of them, obviously the whole slogan, I bet it's somewhere in the box. Nothing feels like a Mizuno, is it? Oh, there it is. Nothing feels. Obviously, that's a little bit of a kind of marketing cliche, isn't it? But what do you think?
It is. Well, I'm looking forward to trying the 7 iron.
Yeah.
Because for me at the moment, the 4 iron felt really nice.
Yeah.
This is a bit clunky.
Okay. Yeah. Almost a bit too big for you, the head.
Yeah.
I mean, if we do look at this down, just stick it down at the ball. It's definitely not the smallest head you'll ever see in a golfer's bag, is it? So.
No. Just a little bit. I'm not liking the feel of it.
I bet you like the feel of that one, didn't you?
Yeah, it went nicely.
Left the face open a touch.
Left it open a bit, yeah, just got a bit more height onto it.
Do you want to go 7?
Yeah, let's try the 7 and see what happens.
7! That one. It's okay, little pitching wedge, it's over now. I mean, you know what, Mark, I'm joking there. Your ball striking's actually been pretty good on there. A little bit toey, if anything.
A little bit toey.
And I know you said about the length of the shafts. I mean, if you were going to get fitted, would you go half an inch longer?
Probably.
So that would, like, all jokes aside, I'm a bit shorter than you.
Boom, boom.
All jokes aside, I said.
Oh, sorry.
I need to change this on here. We're having too much fun, Mark. God forbid
Too much fun.
God forbid having fun. Not allowed that. 7 iron. So should we set you a par 3 out at, what do you reckon, 160?
Well, what, middle of the green?
Yeah, middle of the green.
Middle of the green's got to be 170, hasn't it?
Oh, bloody hell, alright.
170 middle of the green. Pin at the front.
Yeah.
So I've got to land a little bit further than the 155. And
Oh, yeah, alright, fair enough. So what you're thinking there is you're going to get some roll out, not just, yeah, okay. Oh, Mark Spriggs, I know you've pulled that, but how's that for a ball flight?
Yeah. Just on the fringe.
I heard, to be honest, Mark, I heard there was a bunker on that left-hand side. Plugged.
I'll have to use the sandwich.
It was a great strike, and back to the old nothing feels like a Mizuno. I'm actually not a massive fan of that because I don't like it when companies, you know, like, I know a lot of companies claim they're the best.
Yeah.
But I just think there's room in the market for everything and everyone almost.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with you. And as far as I mean, perhaps the Mizuno statement is more of a they've had fewer high handicap player clubs
in the past, I think. Yeah.
You know, so their clubs were up against blades of all the other clubs.
Oh, I get that. But then, to be fair, whoever's typing that on the box hasn't hit the new P7 MBs.
No.
Because they feel great. Not better, but not worse. Brooks, step aside. There's a new JPX player in town.
Yeah, I haven't quite got the weight either, have I?
No, I don't think so. And this goes to show, because obviously these are going like 160 odd. I did say let's put a green at 160 on the middle, but you didn't listen. The 4 iron probably is going to average just over it because of the strikes.
Yeah.
So if you were going to do this, you might go split set. You might go up to 7 iron in those, then maybe the forged or the hot metals in the longer ones potentially, or no? You're never a fan of that, are you?
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of that, really. Yeah, it's just a shame that the 4 iron that when we tested it just now, I wasn't.
Tell you what we'll do, Mark. We'll hit 3 more with the 7, and I'll give you 1 more shot with the 4 iron under a bit of pressure. That's that little drop kick
so
into
it. Deliberately played that one badly just to bring it up.
You didn't really, did you?
No.
I'm going to say, deliberately play one badly. I think I could do that.
Well, mentally I did, and therefore...
Subconsciously?
Yeah.
Very, very consistent, Mark.
Yeah, those sort of... Apart from that last one, They're all 160, aren't they?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, they're the best collection of 7-irons you're going to see from a mid-handicapper ever, aren't they? 4 within a blanket,
yeah.
pretty much, and then 1 bad one.
Yeah.
Because you've done so well there, Mark, I'm going to give you one more go. Not that I'm in charge, because you could have just asked, but one more go with the 4.
Go on then.
And let's see if we can just...
do better.
I don't think it was the 4-iron. I think it was his fault.
It was definitely my fault.
Right, so your last 4-iron, Mark, was a 180 shot. Come on. What do you reckon you've got? 200?
Yeah.
I ripped it.
Didn't quite catch that.
Shut up, that was a great strike.
Just a little bit heavy. Definitely caught the mat there, but a bit too much. But
So Mark, before we have a look at these numbers, how do they feel?
I always like the long irons.
Yeah.
You know, I always like the long irons. So it felt.
I know, so this is different because we're in a studio, but you're on the golf course, would you still like them?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm always happy to take the 4-iron, 3-iron out of the bag and play it. So I like the 4-iron. I like the 7-iron. It was the wedge that was.
Yeah. Which is an interesting one, isn't it? But
I'd like a more naked wedge.
Oh, there we go. Wouldn't we all, Mark? Wouldn't we all?
Maybe the MP20s or something. You know, something that's a little lighter and.
Yeah. Like, yeah, okay. Well, let's take a look. So we'll go dispersion to start with, and we'll start with the 4-iron where Mark started. I mean, 4, 5 fantastic shots and just one little bit of a hook. I think the strikes weren't amazing, but he's held on to the dispersion quite well. The 7-iron, I mean, the 7-iron, I mean, we're going to be quite astonished with his numbers, I think, with the 7-iron, because they were so consistent. And the pitching wedge he wasn't overly happy with. I mean, there was one, we'll not talk about that one, Mark, eh? No, we'll not talk about that one. But apart from that, the numbers will speak for themselves. So pitching wedge, couple of bad ones, couple of good ones. But I'm going to take number 2 out, Mark, because it just wasn't cricket, was it? Averaging at 118. Is that a number that you'd be?
No,
that's low.
That's low.
Yeah. Remember, the lofts are quite. They're going to be traditional, aren't they? As opposed to your maybe. I'm just saying.
The 210s are as well.
Oh, right. Just
10s are as well. So the actual wedge loft is about the same.
Oh, okay. Right.
But I'm 125, 130.
Yeah. 7-iron. I mean, we'll look at them all to start with. Look at that consistency apart from number 3. It's quite remarkable, actually. Very good. Spinning at like 6,000, 6,500, so spinning at a nice number. Averaging 162, averaging 6.2 spin. How do you feel on that?
That's good.
Yeah?
Good.
Happy with that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you like how I'm just asking you each time now?
That's fairly standard, and that 162 is including the 147 not very good shot.
Yeah. So I mean, you take that out, and it's going to be.
So that matches up with my 210.
And his favourite club, the 4-iron, which we actually hit 7 shots in. No wonder he's looking a bit tired. One just horror show really. You know what I'll take? Well, I've looked at it initially. 176. That's not really a truthful number because you Damien'd one really, didn't you?
Yeah.
Duffed one. So take that one out. Apart from that, 193, 176. Numbers are all alright, aren't they? Averaging 182. Still down, I think.
Yeah, still a little bit down.
Yeah, your good shots were. Yeah. An average spin there just in the light at 4.6. So, again, not terrible, is it?
No.
If I said you had to go and play golf with these, how would you feel?
I wouldn't have an issue at all.
No.
Problem.
So guys, hit those comments below. If you would like to see, I never kick those over again. Guys, if you would like to see Mark take these out on the golf course, I'd quite enjoy seeing you use them. I think they look fantastic. I have just done a video myself on these, and I'm a tiny bit undecided. I love the kind of stability chassis around it, the frame. Yeah. I think it does give you a little bit more kind of forgiveness, not necessarily on the numbers, but more just in here.
Yes.
Which is a massive thing. What are your thoughts, Mark?
I like them very much. I mean, certainly that stability frame you're talking about there. Sorry, Mizuno, but that's very similar to the i210 layout of the shaft of the face, isn't it? That sort of the back looks very similar. So for me, it's good and I like it. The heads are a good size for me. I'm not frightened that they're slightly smaller than the normal sort of head. Really nice clubs.
You can see why a lot of the tour pros go towards these because Tour pros don't always play blades, and that's something which a lot of people
they don't,
assume that they do, and they don't. Idiots like me play blades.
Yeah, you play the best club.
Yeah,
for you.
Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Really hope you've enjoyed that. Mark, thank you for your time.
No, that's
really
right.
appreciate it. Guys, if you are new here, make sure you do consider hitting that subscribe button. That way you won't miss any of these fun videos. Leave us a like if you enjoyed that. Hit the comments below if you want to see Mark use on the course. And apart from that, Mark, I'll cheers.
Cheers. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.